Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, my name is Jackson Atwell. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. I commend the committee for stepping beyond political routines to listen to the voices of like-minded voices to represent not just ourselves, but countless parents who could not be here, those overwhelmed by the system, and families who have suffered loss, despair, and injustice. I stand before you only by the grace and strength of God. My time is short, so I'll represent the facts directly, referencing exhibits, so you can see the evidence for yourself. My perspective is unique as a former police officer in 2 states and as a licensed private investigator in 2 states for the last 15 years. My wife and I have gathered evidence in ways few others can. After 6 years of fighting for a right to be a father, I'm now facing bankruptcy, crushed from all sides, with no resources left to defend myself and fight for the well-being of my son. The only thing I have left is the truth. With nothing to lose, I am here to expose the corruption I have witnessed. Family law cases in Arizona are rarely about the children. My minor child is hardly mentioned, if ever, yet there are mountains of casework against me in the shape you'd expect in a high-profile criminal case. Being a parent is one of the most important titles you can hold in life. I'm honored to have and raise 2 amazing young men and help raise an amazing bonus daughter and bonus son. They're all striving and thriving in life. Yet when it comes to my youngest child, I'm bankrupted, harassed, and beat down because of what? All because I chose not to be in a relationship with a mother, but still wanted to be an active parent in his life. This is something any family court should strive to support rather than strip away. Please understand that in my limited time here, I'm representing just the tip of the iceberg. Systemic abuse and financial devastation. Initially, I came prepared to share the mental and physical abuse my family and I have endured, and abuse-fueled lies, cherry-picked information, official documents being disregarded, and violations of Rule 69 and established legal timeframes. While my case has been horrific, it may not be the worst on record. My experience as a private investigator for similar cases has shown me that others face far worse injustices. With that perspective, I want to focus on the financial impacts that the system, for example, pediatricians in contact with opposing counsel and in charges for medical records. I don't know if you guys have copies. They were supposed to get copies of exhibits.
We don't, but you'll be able to give them to Zach here once you're done.
All right, thank you. $500 cash only charges being mandated by child advocacy appointments, the CAA. Judge orders counseling from an unlicensed marriage counselor, counseling fees of $165 an hour for a situation no marriage ever existed, causing distress with my spouse.
Excuse me, Jax, was any of this covered by insurance?
No.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You've got individuals who purport to be therapists, who purport to be licensed therapists,
Correct.
and they don't accept insurance.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have insurance, so I don't know if they accept it or not.
Oh,
It wasn't
all right.
ever portrayed to me. We were given one person to go to and no options to go to anyone else.
Okay, all right, please proceed.
Opposing party inflates income deductions on every affidavit and financial information, which is, it'd be obvious when you look at it. I'm sorry, you don't have them copies of it. Contempt of court findings and maximum fines with interest when father cannot pay, pushing him towards financial ruin or bankruptcy, though bankruptcy itself is unaffordable without saving for it. Overinflated rulings being punished for accruing interest at the maximum legal rate. Credit being manipulated in court to inflate child support obligations. Mother gets credit for these items, yet father is found in contempt by judicial officials for not paying half, double dipping. One of the bigger things I'm here to talk about today is the state tuition office and the state tuition office representative organization, IBE, which is a Catholic organization that gives scholarships. Mother lied under oath paying that she's paid the tuition.
Okay, hold on a second. I asked everybody, please do not make accusations about the opposite side of the argument. This is about the court.
Understood.
This is about lawyers. and this is about therapists. So let's move past, because we're not going to relitigate that part of it.
Understood, Mr. Chairman. Let me rephrase.
All right.
The opposing party was giving cash value for the scholarships to the state tuition office.
And that was presented to the court?
Correct.
All right.
I was denied legal rights to a document in a recorded call with the IBE, the attorney, Robert Fee. He's the actual attorney for the IBE State Tuition Office organization. My email seeking clarification for the Robert Fee is also included here, where I'm trying to clarify what I'm getting at. The subpoena issued to the IBE attorney, subsequently motions to quash, were handled irregularly. Why would a state tuition office approved organization like the IBE need to file for an order of protection from the father trying to obtain a way to prove the scholarship funds? And again, those will be in here for you guys to see. The law requiring school tuition organizations and donor information was not properly followed or enforced. The judge granted the motion to quash. This has allowed the mother to collect $9,000 per year since 2020 of state tuition office funds received as cash value, and get the tax exemption also, and other perks the scholarship allows. That is over $60,000 the court has awarded cash value to a parent. It has refused to correct it.
Okay, Jax, so I just want to understand, this is an order of the court?
Yes.
On order of the court, okay. Can you obtain that court order, or do you have a copy of that court order?
I don't have it with me, but yes.
Okay. Next, and you're about out of time, so I'm just going to try and expedite this a little bit with some questions, if you don't mind. Do you have any documents showing the payments of any and all kinds of directly associated charges with your case?
Yes.
I think that's what you've been referring to? Okay.
Yes.
Were you ever required to participate in a reunification, re-education camp?
No, it was not.
Okay. Were you represented by legal counsel upon learning that your child, well, I guess that didn't, because you're not a participant. I think that's all the questions I've got for you now. If you would just wrap up with what you got about a minute to finish up, and then I'll open it up to the rest of the committee.
All right.
I'm sorry to cut you short, but
No, I understand.
As you can see, we got a lot of people.
And there's a lot, like I said, is tip of the iceberg, Mr. Chairman. The final order irregularities that I can actually prove that the judge actually didn't write all the order through a linguistic analysis.
I'm sorry, you're saying that the judge did not actually write the order themselves?
Correct. I can prove that through linguistic analysis. And so there's cut and paste with the correct L-type texting that the court uses, and then there's cut and paste that's obviously not the judge's, confirmed with multiple writings of his, samples of his writing. This is also confirmed with several different linguistic analysis, including an analysis out of Sweden called REACT. Okay. Which is a domestic linguistic analysis for doing this domestic issues. Okay.
If you would, I noticed you've got a whole bunch of documents there. If you could turn those over to Zach here, the handsome gentleman here with the beard, when you're done.
I will, Mr. Chairman, I will just conclude this. Obviously, there's more parts of this. In conclusion, I share these experiences not only to highlight the personal toll, but to call attention to the systemic issues that need urgent reform. Ultimately, only attorneys, state departments, and judicial officials benefit from the loss of time and finances suffered by families like mine. I urge this committee to review the exhibits and consider the evidence of a system in need of true accountability and change.
All right. Thank you, Jax.
Mr.
Members,
Chair,
any questions?
I have one, Mr. Chair, Jax. So just to kind of sum up what you were just saying, I'm sorry, I'm a visual person, so I was wishing I had those documents to look at while you were talking. But you're saying that basically one party in this situation was benefiting financially and the other party, the opposite was happening. They were being, I mean, so to speak, ruined financially. Is that kind of the sum of what you were saying?
100%.
Why? What do you think the purpose is for that?
It's unknown. I have striven for the last 6 years to try to uncover that. I try to uncover the why isn't always going to happen. A lot of parties involved, a lot of things I didn't get to go into here today. Other things were done in the court order that I was supposed to go do. And so then you have all these other departments and things going on that are all benefiting from the court system.
Okay, so to that point, I have one follow-up. Do you have, because it seems like you've got the, some evidence, so to speak, do you have any evidence of judges benefiting from one party benefiting?
As far as being able to directly correlate, where I've been able to prove, they're getting $1 for doing this.
Yeah, I mean,
no.
yeah, okay.
No.
All right, members, any other questions? All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Jack.
Thank you.
If you would, just hand those documents to this gentleman right here. All right. Next up,